He wants her to submit. They call me to settle their argument. So here's what I have to say to him and the rest of you. A woman will submit. She will obey. She will surrender. She will give you ownership of her body, her mind, and her soul. But it starts with you adding value to her. Not financially. Remove money from it. You see, submission to a woman does not start between her legs. It starts between her ears. When you elevate a woman in some form or fashion, she saw you, she met you, she was intrigued. She created a narrative in her head about who and what you were. When you open your mouth and start talking, you validated that and affirmed what she thought, or you removed it and she got rid of you. If she still stuck around, she stuck around on her terms of what this relationship was going to be, because she's the one that determines if y'all have sex, and that's what most men want, and you determine if they're going to have a relationship. In order for her to submit, she has to find that your deeds and actions line up with your words. What you say you are, what you say you're going to do, what you say you about. And in that theory, this is where the toxic ones come in. They're going to test you, because whatever you claim to be, you're going to be tested. And they're going to see if you really what you say you are. And the minute you fall short or make excuses or conduct yourself like a little boy, or even worse, a girl, the idea of submitting to you is out. But she may really still like your personality. She may like the things you do for her. She may even fall madly in love with what you do for her, but not who you are. There's a difference. Now, to make her fall in love with who you are shouldn't be your job. You should just show up as you, and she should have the standard and see that you fit the standard, and together you communicate, you relate, and go on a journey. That's what a relationship is. So how do I make her submit? Well, the game is to be sold and not told, but most importantly, ask yourself, how do I elevate her? How do I make her better? How does her coming into my life show the whole world that it's an improvement? How is it that her children, her parents, her family? It doesn't mean that you have to commit. It just means that you have to submit to her elevation. And when you submit to her elevation, she submits to your will. This is the simple ingredients that y'all fail to realize, because I understand you were not taught by a dad, and you didn't have men in your life, and you didn't know how to communicate with other women, or even get an evaluation from your exes. Tell me what I could have did better, so that when you meet the next person, you don't make the same error. Women will go on girl trips to plot, scheme, and discuss how to trap, keep, and make you marry them. Men go, nah, I got it. I know it all. My ego is too big to tell my man, yo, help me love this woman right. So for her to submit, surrender, obey without question, it has to be that your track record first, or how you conduct yourself. Would you ask her to do something that you don't even do for yourself? Would you ask her to do something that you never even showed her that you would do for her? Would you give her something besides moaning, groaning, orgasm, and squirting? Are you going to give her something that's going to stick with her for the rest of her life, to make her look at you and say, I'm locked in? If you don't know how to do that, bro, you got some reading to do, some program to get done, some workshops, some mentoring. It's just that simple. Whatever you don't know, just ask and be willing to pay for it. If not, continue going on demanding that she respect you and submit. Because here's the difference. Boys demand respect. Men, we command it.